Okay, this goes with Chapter 7, Section 3, continuing our discussion about trade discounts. Number 1, they give you in the textbook where they're giving you the list price, the trade discount rates, the net price factor, and the net price. Well, they determine these numbers by giving the discount rates of 12 and 10, which means you have to subtract those from 100, remember. So this first one is going to be 88, and this one's going to be 90. So we'll change those to decimals. We're going to multiply. So when you multiply 0.88 by 0.90, you get 0.792. Okay? So once they have that net price factor, they multiply that times the 360. So you get your 360 times 0.798, and then you would get your net price, $285.12. Okay? So let's look at problem number 2, doing it the same way. So we're going to always start with 100 on these. So I could just write the 100 up here. That's kind of a visual clue that way. So we're going to subtract, right? So we're going to get 82, 85, and 95. So we're going to make those decimals, and then we're going to multiply. Okay? And when we do that, it's again a calculator. That's perfectly straight fine. We're going to get 0.66215. So that's going to be our net price factor. So we're going to take that number and multiply by our list price. In order to get our net price. Okay? $281.94. Okay? So it's pretty straightforward once you get going. You just have to put your 100 over these, subtract, get your percentage, multiply those, get your rate, and then multiply the rate times the list priced. Okay? So let's continue down here. They're asking you to do something a little different way here. They're just asking you to find the single equivalent discount. And you do that by, let's start from the beginning here. They give you the trade discount. Remember, you have that 100, so then you would have 0.85 times 0.9 to get the 0.765. Well, again, you have basically 100, or 1, and you subtract your, all of it is 100% is 1, right, as a number. So you're taking the 1, subtracting your 1, your 765, and you're going to get your single equivalent discount rate of 235. That's this plus this equals all of it, or 100%. So that's how they're getting the math there in the book. So continuing that, let's look at problem number 8. So again, we have that 100 on each one of those. So we have 80, 85, and 88, and we would multiply those just like what we did before, and we would get 0.5984. Again, it's just calculator multiplying straight before. So in order to get your single equivalent discount, we're going to take that 100%, or 1 in this case, and we're going to subtract the 0.5984 from it. Okay? And we're going to get 0.4016. Okay, just calculator, not a problem. And that's going to be your single equivalent discount. So then they could find the item, what the cost is, by multiplying this number then times your list price to get what they're going to sell it to the customer to. Okay, continue on down. They're just adding more things to our problem. So we have list price, trade discount, net price factor, which we figured out below, single equivalent discount, trade discount, and then the net price. So they're just combining and adding more things to that. So again, we would have our 100 here in each one. So you'd have 85, 90, 95, and 95 multiplied through gave you this. Okay? And so then 1, right, subtract the 7 gives us this number, 0.23287. This 1 subtracted from your net price factor gives you your discount rate, just like what we did before. So then they can take this number multiply by your list price to give you your trade discount. Okay, and then you would subtract your trade discount from your list price to give you your net price. Okay, so it's just a series of problems here. They're just kind of slow and easy. So let's go ahead and do one here. This is problem number 14. The list price is $560.70. So the series of discount rates. Remember, I always kind of throw those on there to help us remember. So we have 75, 85, and 95. Change those to your decimals, and you're going to multiply. So that would give you, when you plug it into your calculator, 0.60563. Okay? Well, then you would take 1 to get your single equivalent discount. You would then take, trade colors again. I like switching colors, as you might have noticed by now. So we take that and subtract, and we would get 0.39437. Okay, so that is our single equivalent discount. So now we're going to plug this into the calculator, and we're going to multiply that by our, see if I can squeeze this up here, so we have 560.70 times 0.39437. So we're going to multiply that. Again, that's going to be calculator on that, so that is going to give us 221. Okay. Now, in order to get our net price, then we're still not quite done. So we have our trade discount. So now we're going to go here. I'm going to move this down a little bit more here. Hopefully you can still see it. 560.70 subtract 221.12 to find our net price of 339.58. Okay, so again, there's nothing overly complicated. It's just a series of multiplications or subtractions in order to get the information we need. There is a couple of story problems or word problems. They're pretty straightforward. It's nothing new that I probably need to show you. Just go through and do exactly what they're asking, whether it's a single equivalent discount or a trade discount or net price. Just simply go through slow and easy because you've done the math up here before. Have fun.